After World War II, women were expected to leave the working world to once again become domestic housewives. Coco Chanel's designs provided an outlet for women to rebel against structured ideals society set out for them. Before Coco Chanel, women's fashion was restricted by corsets and extravagant dresses. From 1883 to 1971, Chanel modernized women's fashion. She was the first designer to design a simple little black dress in 1926 and brought styles that were before only found in men's wardrobe and made them feminine and elegant. Her timeless designs, including the little black dress, thrive on today along with their company. Coco's leadership in the fashion industry liberated what was considered normal for a woman to wear. Chanel continued to create clothing styles she knew women wanted to wear rather than what they were told to wear. Coco Chanel, born Gabrielle Benoit Chanel to unwed parents Jean Devol and Albert Chanel on August 19, 1883, in Semur, France. Her mother Jean suffered from asthma for years. Then, at the age of 12, Chanel lost her mother to tuberculosis. After her mother's death, her father left her and her siblings in a strict Catholic orphanage. The nuns there taught Chanel how to sew. She lived there for 6 years, and during that time, she mastered the art of sewing, which would be the foundation of her career. Chanel was able to leave the orphanage at the age of 18 and move into a boarding house for Catholic girls where she found a job as a seamstress. Chanel also worked as an entertainer at a cabaret. It was there that she got her nickname Coco, which comes from the French word coquette, which means kept woman. Chanel was rumored to have many relationships with wealthy men. At age 23, she started an affair with Etienne Balsan, who was a rich textile heir. While she was living with him in his chateau, she was inspired to start designing hats as a hobby. Then, in 1908, Chanel began dating Arthur Edward Boy Capel, a famous polo player and very successful businessman. He helped Chanel open her first shop in Paris in 1913, followed by another in the resort town of Deauville. In her new shops, she sold hats and a limited line of clothing that would begin her legacy. During the turbulent time periods of World War I and World War II, women's roles in society were changed dramatically. Men went off to fight in the war, leaving women to take over their roles in society. In World War I, women needed to replace restricting corsets and dresses, popular in women's fashion, for work clothes, suitable for labor and industry jobs, so they could support the war efforts. Coco Chanel recognized the need and designed clothes for the new modern woman. Women found liberation in Chanel's new designs. So after World War II, when women were expected to go back to the norms of society, women decided to rebel against the norms and continue to wear her designs. This newfound fashion would be known as sportswear. Chanel's designs rebelled against fashion and society norms and modernized women's fashion forever. By 1919, and at the age of only 32, she enjoyed huge success with her designs and had clients not only in France, but around the world. During that time, she relocated her couture house in Paris to 31 Rue Camin, which to this day is still the center of operation for the House of Chanel. When Chanel became a designer and started to be recognized for her work, Chanel's designs allowed women to rebel against fashion norms and to start wearing what they want to wear rather than what they were expected to wear. Chanel's designs gave women a sense of freedom, not only in fashion, but in society.
Coco Chanel created modern style for women, a style that was previously unthinkable.
Chanel designed clothes for the modern woman. Her designs set the course for women's fashion in the 20th century. I make fashion women can live in, breathe in, feel comfortable in, and look younger in, Chanel said. Her designs changed the way women looked at fashion forever. In Chanel's lifetime, she created timeless designs, many of which are still popular today. She paved the way for future designers and women to think beyond the constraints of what should and should not be worn. Her designs made it okay to be different. Coco Chanel was the first designer to use the knit fabric called jersey for anything other than men's underwear. During World War I and World War II, fabric was in short supply, but jersey was inexpensive and could be purchased in bulk. The fabric was comfortable, simple, easy to wash, stretched when you moved, and was less expensive than other fabrics. The fabric was the opposite from the other popular stiff fabrics that were previously being used. Luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury, said Coco Chanel. She found that the fabric draped on the body and flattered the body, so she continued to use it after the war. Another trend Chanel created from need was the women's trouser. During the World War I and World War II, women took roles in the labor force and needed to wear pants in their daily routines. As women's roles changed, the need for their wardrobe to change became significant. Coco was the first to design pants specifically with women in mind. Before Chanel, it was not a fashion norm for women to wear pants. Chanel created designs like pants that she knew women wanted to wear rather than what society told them to wear.
So, if it weren't for Chanel, all women might still be wearing skirts every day.
Chanel first introduced the amazing little black dress in 1926. American Vogue compared Chanel's little black dress to the Ford motor car because of its almost universal popularity as a fashion basic. The little black dress, deceptively simple, is the core of every collection, said by Vogue magazine, 1926. Before Chanel, black was reserved to wear for funerals and other occasions. It was not acceptable to wear at any given time. Chanel made the color and design high-fashioned and it created a timeless design that is a classic and is still extremely popular today. The concept of the black dress that could be worn in the day or evening continued to be a key element throughout her lifetime and inspired other designers then and today. Perfume, it's the most important thing. As Paul Valery said it, a badly perfumed woman doesn't have a future. In 1921, Chanel No. 5 was launched. She was the first designer to put her name on a fragrance. It was the first fragrance that was supposed to smell artificial. Perfumes at that time were made from natural ingredients, but Chanel No. 5 was made out of artificial ones. The fragrance would become a national phenomenon. Actress Marilyn Monroe would later be quoted in Life magazine for saying it was all she wore to bed. Coco was also the first designer to bring costume jewelry to high fashion. During the World Wars, the majority of women could not afford fine jewelry. Costume jewelry allowed all women to be able to wear jewelry that they could afford while looking put together. Chanel thought it was best to have a pile of imitation jewels, rather than to just have one or two expensive real ones, and her wealthy customers agreed. Coco Chanel was the first designer to create a suit jacket for women. The jacket was similar to a men's jacket in its simplicity, but the Chanel jacket was feminine and elegant. The original jacket was made of boxy wool and had a braided trim. The jacket was popular for women post-war who were trying to build a career in what was before a male-dominant workplace. The jacket was worn by celebrities including Audrey Hepburn and Grace Kelly. The jacket made its mark on fashion history when Jackie Kennedy wore the suit on the day her husband was assassinated.
Coco Chanel herself is so alive in the brand, and that's what makes it so special.
Today, the Chanel company thrives on through the eyes of Karl Lagerfeld. With over 300 stores worldwide, and the Chanel empire sells almost $3 billion in products each year. Karl Lagerfeld stays true to Chanel's legacy, using the same designs as Chanel, only modernizing them. After World War II, women were expected to leave the working world to once again become domestic housewives. Coco Chanel's designs provided an outlet for women to rebel against structured ideals society set out for them. Before Coco Chanel, women's fashion was restricted by corsets and extravagant dresses. From 1883 to 1971, Chanel modernized women's fashion. She was the first designer to design a simple little black dress in 1926 and brought styles that were before only found in a men's wardrobe and made them feminine and elegant. Her timeless designs, including the little black dress, thrive on today along with her company. Coco's leadership in the fashion industry liberated what was considered normal for women to wear. Coco Chanel revolutionized the ideals of fashion, inspiring future generations to act on their beliefs and dreams. She is a fashion icon, and her designs forever changed women's style.